Hey y'all, my name is Laura and I'm with A2J Tech. Today I'm going to show you the different question types that Documate offers. So here we are on the workflow page. I already made a workflow. It's titled Georgia Summons because that's the Word document that we're going to be using today. As you can see, when you make your workflow, you already have a page created for you, and that's essentially the first thing that a user will see. So whether that be your client or your paralegal or another attorney at your firm, that's going to be the first page they see. So depending on how you want this structured is how you will think about the questions, the question types, and also how to frame your first page. So for instance, if this was client facing, as in my law firm client will be seeing this, a lay person will be seeing this, it's probably better to start off with an intro explaining what this interview is, especially if you're not using a portal page. Some people like to do a little introduction in the beginning. Others just have these interviews ready to roll out. So as soon as people are ready to automate or put their information in, all they need to do is just hit run and they just tap in all the information they need from the case. So here are the different question types you can use. We have text, which allows people to enter in something simple like their name or even like a social security number, stuff like that. Text area is for longer text items, as in like a full address with street, apartment unit number, city, state, and zip code. Or you could also have them enter that in separately as text questions as well. The next is a drop down, and that's basically having a single select button, except all the choices are hidden through the drop-down menu. The next is a combo box. It's the exact same thing as a drop-down, except people can input custom fields. Then I mentioned single select just now. Single select is just a radio button question type. Multi-select allows people to select multiple items, as is in the name. It's like single select, but instead it's checkboxes and people can select multiple checkboxes. The next one we have is yes, no. These are very versatile questions, actually. You can use a lot of these types of questions for conditional logic, which I'll talk about probably later in the series. But this is as simple as, are you married? Are you a minor? Stuff like that. Next, we have numbers, and these are whole variables only. It cannot take decimals. That's why we have this number with decimals right here. And these two are really good to distinguish in the interview, just because on the output document, you want to know if you can take like cents, for instance. Some documents require up to the cent instead of a whole number. Next, we have is date. It's as simple as inputting a date. Next, we have email, and I highly recommend you using this email question type as opposed to a text question type, so if people actually input an email. This email question type checks to see if people are following the naming convention of emails with that at gmail.com, for instance. Next, we have file upload, and that allows people to upload attachments. Next, we have repeating items, and that allows people to add in a number of children, a number of cars, houses, etc. It's really great for people in family law and probate, just because you can enter in a lot of different people and items, and you want to gather all of them. Next, we have signature. Double check with your jurisdiction if you can accept e-signatures, but this is also something worth considering if you want a client-facing interview. You could have those clients sign virtually. Next, we have information blocks. And these information blocks are what I was alluding to earlier in this video. I wanted to make an instruction page saying what this interview is about and that they need to hit continue to proceed with getting their information taken. The next is a kickout page, and that's usually used for, as it says, kicking people out if they don't meet certain conditions in the interview. So if they're not a minor, they get kicked out. Or if their suit doesn't reach a certain amount, they get kicked out and they don't need to proceed with the interview. Another use of the kickout page is actually that client portal feature, which look out for a video on that later. And next we have these integrations. We have the Stripe payment, which allows users to pay you to proceed with the interview, or you want to put it at the end to get the documents that they need. The next is you can connect it with your Clio contacts. So if you have a Clio account, you can do that and also connect with your matters on Clio. And the last thing is you connect it to also an Excel sheet. And lastly, we have the advanced features, which is invisible logic. So look out for a video on that soon. But that's essentially more complicated page logic and question logic. So those are just some use cases of the question types you have at your disposal. And as always, if you ever need an expert on Documate, don't hesitate to reach out to us. See y'all later.